Hi, everybody. In this session, I am going to show you how to find when a user clicks on a URL and the URL is, incorrect or malformed. So I just got a couple of simple examples. I'm looking for Microsoft.com, nothing comes up. If I look for logon.microsoft.com, it doesn't appear. If I go to portal.ifs instead of office and I hit go, that's not going to do it. So portal.iff office.com and I hit go, and nothing comes up. And this looks really simple, really easy. The story is I send a user a link. It will resolve to what looks like a Microsoft login page. The URL that they sent looked good enough for a user. They're busy, they just click on it, and they've gone to a website that they shouldn't be going to, or not that they shouldn't be going to, but you need to know where they've gone. And so what can we do to find this out? Well, the device is onboarded to Defender for Endpoint, and in Defender for Endpoint, under hunting, we have this data set called device network events, right? And in device network events, I just hit run. And when I hit run on the query, I'm able to find things like ifs.com, Microsoft.com. I can see, the machine, the port, the connection. I can see all the awesome stuff from Defender for Endpoint. But in this example, I knew what to look for. I'm going, I'm saying, hey, in device network events, where URL contains, and I'm giving the URL, right? Well, how would you be able to know the URLs that your users have clicked on? And the answer, of course, is that you wouldn't be able to know, you wouldn't be able to understand what's going on in the environment. So this query is great if you knew what to look for, but if you knew what to look for, what would be the point of being there? So there's a second step to this. And the second step is that in analytics in Sentinel, all right? So if you go to Sentinel and you go to your analytics, how come I ain't seeing rule templates? Oh, sorry, rule templates. And from your rule templates, if you put in domain, domain, and you can see here there's one called possible contact with a domain generated domain, okay? And what this rule does is it uses this super technology called trigrams. Let's just have a Windows or Notepad. Let's just have a little look at what this rule does, okay? So what it is trying to do is Amazon Alexa has created a list of the top 1 million domain names in the world, through searches and what people go to. And they've put it on an AWS bucket, all right? And so what you're able to do is you're able to go to this list and you're able to say, hey, is there any URLs in my environment that are not on this list? And in our queries, we don't go for the top, 1 million. We go for the top 1,000. Because really your users should be going for a list, the URLs kind of should be in the top 1,000 URLs. And if they're not, we can iterate further and check, are they on it? Now, so that's the theory. And then it's called trigrams because you get to configure how many places after the dot, Microsoft, HTTP dot, Microsoft dot, and you get to decide how you want to go and look for and find the domain name. Okay, So the challenge is that this doesn't work anymore, either because of a change in KQL or a change in AWS. I don't know which. And so in a previous video, we went and explained how we take stuff and we rebuild it as a pipeline in GitHub. And so what we've done is we've got a new pipeline that gets those top 1 million events. We pull it into GitHub, and then we run the comparison ourselves. Okay, so we're taking the top 1,000. Our DGA length, we're going 8. So, you know, HTTP dot and then 8 characters. And you can just see in this query, what's completely different now is that I don't have to know what the URL is that I'm looking for. So it becomes much more interesting. I say, hey, go look for URLs that don't make sense. Okay. And you can just see we've, you know, clicked on GitHub assets, we've clicked on Microsoft, etc., etc. All right. And how we're able to do this is we are going into the device network events. And in the device network events, we are making the query, trigram full. We're making the query a little bit more sophisticated than, you know, our previous one. Our previous one was pretty unsophisticated because we were having to feed in what we need to go and find. You know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So we're taking all the device network events in your Defender environment. We're running it against those top 1 million, and then we're getting a list of every device that's after clicking on a computer. You know, all our stuff is called like sec victim 01 because we have zero imagination with this stuff. So we go and we find that out, and you just go and build an analytic to say, oh my God, it turns out someone's after, and you could look at what this is, you know, if it was something really close to, you know, Gmail, Amazon, SharePoint, you know, Salesforce, wow, you got a really, you know, good hit on your hand. So it's a beautiful, simple solution to go and find URLs that have been clicked that aren't correct, malformed, malicious, that you don't know what they are. I'm Paul from the Security Ninjas. I hope you like this content.